And I'm back, this time, with more giant whistle runs. And I fixed the thing where I forgot to, actually capture dead cells, and then streamed on Twitch, and then 5 other things. So, let's continue on here. And this time, I do have Giant Killer equipped, ready to go, so yeah. So the new update is out now, and I could not be happier about that. If you've been waiting for the beta to get out of beta and into live version, it is now into live version. Holy crap, why are there so many enemies there? But yes, last time I had some decent luck with the giant whistle, but I just found out that it was not particularly good against the man himself. This time, I think I'll have a little bit better luck. Especially if I just, really go through my usual route, get all of the stats possible, everything like that. What exactly does the giant whistle do? Well, it's the new weapon that you get from the giant, naturally, and it calls the giant's gigantic fist up to kill enemies. Just kill them, destroy them with extreme prejudice. It's pretty great. It's stylistically, it's one of my favorite weapons from this new update. But realistically, I don't know how good it is, especially compared to some of the other pretty decent ones. I think light speed that you get from the... Light speed that you get from the Timekeeper, as well as the 5-cell spoiler one, are both pretty good. Still getting madder every day. I mean, only in the sense of being an absolute mad lad. Not, angrier. The anger has subsided, but only for a short time. It will, resurface soon enough. Okay, so here we go. If you haven't seen this one before, this is what it do. I like it a lot. It's also completely uncapped damage, can go over 99,999, but not on bosses, unfortunately. On bosses, it's still capped out as it always has been. So it's a little bit less useful there, and ultimately I'd like to say that, combined with a pretty long cooldown, makes it so it's got some issues. Even if you do happen to get a lot of cooldown reduction and everything like that, it can still be... It's not perfect. It only hits a single enemy, and every other enemy gets a big AoE stun or, hit around. But if you have enough stats, something like the powerful grenade can be better than that. So it's a little bit disappointing in some ways, but it's still pretty stylish. It's pretty cool. Just got Magic Missile and Great Owl of War. They're amazing. Oh yeah, if you're rolling with a tactics build, those you can't go too much better than those two. I still like Heavy Turret, but that has gotten nerfed quite a bit in the recent days. So it's maybe not as good as it's been at some points in the past. Like they are. And there we be. Full health, no malaise. Let's go. Obviously going to be a survival run, as the previous ones were. Hey, Doc, remember your one and only Turkish friend? Oh, of course I do. How can I forget you trying to make me pronounce words that I have no ability to do so with? So, okay. 30 kills here. That's what I'm looking for. That's really all I need as far as making sure that I can hopefully get a really good giant whistle, if I'm being honest. I'd like to continue rolling with double giant whistle if I can, even though, like I said, I do think something like a powerful grenade has less of a cooldown, has a bigger explosion, can hit multiple enemies, period. And, of course, anything of interest? Not really. This one could be okay. And of course, it's like the other thing, the whistle has more damage, but that's not gonna matter when you get enough stats here. Blah. Dr. Brazilian fan base still going strong. Cool. I would expect no less. Okay, this is the one to get. This is also not a bad one at all either. Extra critical hits, 100% on poison, which I can probably get here easy enough. Let's go. The question is the giant whistle big, or does it just summon the giant? I assume it's both. I mean, if you look at it on the bottom there, the whistle does appear to be the same size as the powerful grenade, which I assume is, your classic bowling ball with a wick type of bomb. At least it's got that look to it. Think we'll ever meet the gods that we keep angering by opening the curse chest? Probably not. They could kill me instantly, and they have, with the curse. It's a bad time all around, if I'm being honest here. You know, with the giant killer, I could probably actually go for the giant if I felt like it this time, and actually make it work this time. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. And there we go. Not the best against regular enemies, but I'm not here to use it against regular enemies. I'm here to use it against bosses. Because that's the thing. With bosses with you being able to hit the damage cap against bosses, it's gonna be a lot more worthwhile to have a good weapon versus that. And what can be better than the giant killer when I eventually come up to that unfortunate Hey, nerds! Wait, that just immediately caught my attention and made me furious with rage. How dare you call me a nerd? Whoa, what's a giant whistle? It's been a long time since I played Dead Cells. New update actually just came out now for everybody. It's on the live version. It's a weapon that you get from the giant, and it does this. It's pretty good. It's of questionable use in a lot of ways because, boy, I completely failed to parry that. Yeah, you know what? Unmodded for calling me a nerd. You are no longer a mod. Calling me a nerd. Any of the other mods want to call me a nerd right now? Yeah? Yeah? You want to try your luck? You want to get down with the OGG? Which is me? And yeah, let's go with that. Hey nerd, are you speaking English? Of course. Are you guys listening to me? Yes, of course, Miles. How you doing? Glad you can make it to the stream. No, Doc, I love you. Did you call me a nerd? Because if you did, then I'm going to come down on you like the giant fist is coming down on enemies. No. Oh, wow. What? Huh, that was weird. Okay. What if I'm not a mod and I call you a nerd? Well, I am powerless to stop you. I guess I could ban you, but that feels like a little bit harsh of a punishment for what is a pretty harsh statement. But I you know, my boundless compassion for all men prevents me from doing such a thing to you. Nerd, never-ending rad dude. I'm gonna ban you for that alone. I came to here punch him again. No, you convinced me to stop last time. You made me so self-conscious that there's no, that was a mistake, that I'm not gonna do it again. Doesn't matter. We're working with a survival build. As soon as I get necromancy up and going, losing a little bit of health is not gonna be too bad. The whistle seems fun to use, whether good or bad. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, that's kind of the same sort of viewpoint that I'm taking here with this weapon. It punches the enemy. It do a big punch. You're not a nerd. You are a man of video game culture. An interesting way to put that. Not a gamer, but an enthusiast of those knowledgeable in the video game arts. Frankly, I appreciate that a lot more than nerd. I mean, if you really want to get banned, you call me a gamer. I ain't not gonna cotton to that. Okay, there we go. Cooldown reduction when you parry does seem like a good idea, but that can be kind of rough to get a lot of the time. Besides, you tend to be at a point where you're fighting a bunch of enemies at once, and then you're fighting no enemies for a while. So you can kind of reset the whole cooldown just in the times where you're just not getting attacked. It happens here. I don't even know what died there, but something did. I guess. What am I gonna look a gift horse in the mouth? Let's just take it and be on our merry way. What if we call you Daddy? Oh, I expect you to call me Daddy. In the same way that I refer to you people as all my children. I mean, if you think, wait, I've never heard that before. Oh, I do it off stream. I was gonna say punch it, but I didn't. Are you proud of me, chat? I like the giant whistle as I don't want this person to exist button. And it is so good at that. And really, it is also pretty good against bosses. I had an excellent fight against Conjunctivius when I took it up against her. It's just... it's then going up against the giant, you could easily see where the flaws came in. And I just think that anything that's not the first boss that you're fighting in the game is probably going to be a little bit more questionable. However, when you have something like the giant killer here, it should be... I should have gotten hit by that. Anyway, the giant killer is going to cover me on that base. I'm always proud of you. Aw, I'm proud of you too, Karma. Proud of me who's proud of you. That's pretty fun. I mean, it's... Of course, you also got the pan in this update, so I don't know if I can't say that that's not my favorite weapon, but the giant whistle is pretty fun. It's pretty stylish in how it's going. Struggling to get fifth boss cell? Any advice on build to use? I mean, you got to go beat the giant first off. I usually say damage over time build. Damage over time build is great against the giant because you can focus entirely on dodging. At the same time, you get a lot of damage, even at pretty low stat builds. So that's what I would say. Just remember, you can't really hit him with the wolf trap, so that's an important thing to realize. You, and thank you. Oh, and the giant killer is such a good combo there. Bad against AoEs, great against single enemies. Bad for AoE, great against single enemies. Groups of enemies are where I'm struggling. What really makes me proud is you did that challenge rune without taking damage. Yeah, you're right. I did do that, didn't I? I got an email about the Dead Cells update. Something about mini versions of the bosses. Yeah, I got that too, and I was kind of like, oh, yeah, the update that I've been playing for 2 months now, thanks. But I didn't know that Steam was sending out that stuff now. Is that a new thing? Or have I just never paid attention to my email account like always? There we go. That's more what I'm looking. Told you to put the giant kill. You did, Dajir. I can't deny. You other brothers can't deny. You told me that I was playing the game wrong. Ooh, just punch him. I did it anyway. You think the giant whistle is kind of OP? Nah, only hitting a single enemy, and the damage is still capped out against bosses. It's got some issues, and it's going to have some issues as soon as I get to the really late game bosses. But for right now, it's pretty nice. I'm going to take exception. I mean, the giant killer apparently... the giant apparently has 4 arms in the way that this weapon works. I mean, I guess you never really saw like a full torso look at this guy. I mean, I have like a version of his uniform here, but it's not really the same thing. I mean, you don't get like tentacles when you... Don't get like tentacles when you turn into the conjunctivius outfit, for example. Or do you? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, time to... No, never mind then. I thought he was going to teleport up to me. DOT it is then. Just got to get used to not using a shield. Usually mess up when trying to parry and have no shield. Shield is pretty good against that fight too. Especially something like a punishment, from what I understand, can really do a number on the giant. When I'm really trying to get an OP run to take to the giant, I think damage over time, your Hokuto's bow, and there we go. Your Hokuto's bow as well as Alchemic Carbine is just the go-to. It's the best one, I think, for that particular fight. Or you could try blitzing him down real fast with a... just give it to me. I'm fine with that. You could try blitzing him down real fast if you get a good tactics run going. It's just... Well... it's one hit either way. I think that's kind of how it feels. Just fight the giant with the war javelin last night. That was pure suffering distilled. Ugh, I winced just even thinking about it. That's terrible. I mean, how do you even get back the... I guess you would have to wait it out. You would have to wait until the javelin comes back to you, which is just hell in a cell. And yeah, sure, I can take you out easy enough. Okay. Now, it is going to be hard to deal with this, except it's not. God, I love that whistle. Why did I see you start up a stream on Twitch for a moment? Oh, speaking of which, Yes, you're the person who told me to mod you, right? Yeah, that's, I forgot to switch over to using a... YouTube for a second, and then also forgot to switch off of the whole Persona stream thing, so it was a black screen for a couple seconds. Giant Whistle seems nice for curse removal. Yeah, especially knowing that it's like it gives you a pretty wide berth when it comes to using a survival-based run, which is pretty useful. Really? That wasn't enough? That was enough. Oh, I'm gonna take this. I do also need the extra health. I don't want to be going full glass cannon survival build. That's a weird flex. Giant Whistle seems, yeah. How does one become modded? Talk to me on the Persona streams. Yeah, you also got to go through the ceremony, get sworn in, you know, smear the blood of a freshly killed calf on your face. It's a whole thing. Oop, nope. Oh, almost got me. You know what? I don't even care. I'm just going to take you guys out regardless of what it takes. Oh, I should make a Discord so we can tell you how bad we are. Or you can tell me how bad I am. I'm not doing great in a lot of these runs lately. Oh, it's been a whole thing trying to get through Dead Cells. This game is harder than ever. And it was already pretty hard to begin with. Okay, you know what? Again, it's good for curse removal. If you're willing to do a little bit of... If you're willing to wait around a little bit, you can just get rid of curses no probalo. I've never asked for a mod and was not on your last real Twitch stream. Yeah, I mean, okay. Mod status removed. And there we go. Let's continue on here. It was me, lol. Oh, well, then I don't remember who said what then. I'm gonna stay and read chat, maybe. No sounds, though. Ah, well, whatever. You don't need to listen to me talk. You know, that's actually something I've been thinking about lately. I want to pitch this to you, my dear beloved chat. So one of the things that I usually get criticized about on this channel is that my voice is annoying and that I'm a real soy boy. But that's neither here nor there. The other thing that I get criticized about mostly is that people think I talk too much. Do you think it would be worth, like, maybe doing a little bit of a series, you know? Just try and do a little bit more minimal commentary. I mean, not only would it just be easier to do, I do think there's also an audience for it. Think it would be worthwhile? Worth checking that out? Worth giving an old cool leg try? Or what? I don't know. I thought I would ask since I was going to be doing a stream regardless. Come on here. Really enjoy your voice. Doc doesn't have super chat. Never, actually. I like keeping money and pleasure separate. You're the Fred Rogers of YouTube. I don't even know what that means in this. Whoa! You was facing the wrong direction there. Well, fine, get punched then. Try to take me down. No, I want to keep what I got right now. Who said that? A guy on a video. I don't want to blow up his spot, though. As well as, like, a lot of other people. But today I also had another one. Wait, well, that wasn't enough to kill you? Oh, that's kind of surprising to me. That was, though. Could, because he's only a voice. It's true. I think your audience likes consistent commentary. And I know that is kind of like what the whole channel is about and everything like that. But I was also thinking it's just like, you know, it wouldn't be for the usual audience. It would be to capture a different audience, to try to appeal to a different crowd in case they were looking for something separate from the usual, different from the norm. Besides, again, it's a lot easier, and I've been struggling to get out Dead Cells content recently, and that's even without my whole neurosis about doing commentary all the time anyway. It would just be a different thing to do to get a little bit more consistent commentary. That's all I'm saying. And also, I think there's an audience for it. I think there's a certain sect of people that would be very interested in such a thing. Are you gonna do my idea from last Dead Cell stream? Oh yeah, the Sonic build. I did see that. I kind of want to stick with working with this build for right now. Maybe what I'll do is soon enough do another viewer suggested run. Those are kind of fun. They're kind of fun, and it really gets chat in on the whole thing. When you get to like just call out stuff to use and everything like that. Okay, well, I don't have a whistle up just yet, but no. And done. Okay. Worrying for a second, but dealt with adroitly. There we go. Ooh, I was worried that I wouldn't get a parry there for a second. Doesn't matter. Really gotta... You know, the problem is that if you are swinging your weapon, you can't parry, and that has been screwing me up a little bit here. Check him out. Oh, so close. I mean, it doesn't matter, because one more hit will do it. Ooh. Also very close. If you wear a paper plate mask the whole time, can we all meet you for coffee? Yeah. No, because it's not my face. Yeah, it's my face I'm worried about. But also, you would be able to see my disgusting, flabby, formless body, and that I cannot cotton to. I would rather exist merely as sound and nothing else. Regardless of how little coffee I could pawn off you guys. And trust me, if I... Oh, that was a bad idea on my part. I don't know why I went for the parry there. That was... It was just... A bad idea. A bad idea is a good way to put that. Alright, come on now. This is about the point in time that I'm going to take a potion charge and then just refresh that as soon as I get into the ossuary. Anywho. Paper plate with a potato How small do you think I am? Do you think you're dealing with like a borrower here where I can wear a paper... a potato bag as a piece of clothing? What sort of an entity is that? Oh, those slashers still got an elite one. Ugh. By the way, there's no punching weapon in Dead Cells, isn't there? Oh, there definitely is. There's the Hayabusa gauntlets. There's also the... It's really just the Hayabusa gauntlets, isn't it? But yeah, that's the one. That is the one. But there are some big... Oh, I thought you were talking about a potato chip sack. I just still don't think it would fit me very well. So, notably, that's how you know I'm fat. When you said potatoes, my mind immediately went to a bag of potato chips. Tentacle punch? I guess. Yeah, sure, I'll give it to you. How small are you? I've said before, 6'1" and tons of fun, my dog. Your body, but your body is going, is what going for coffee is all about, dog. You have to catch up on the lewd parlance. Oh yes, we're talking like hot coffee type of thing. I get it. Wink, wink, nod, nudge, nudge. Say no more. Remember there's that one Missy Elliott video where she's basically wearing a bunch of inflated trash bags. Give me a song and I'll go look that up right now and you'll get a live reaction. Live on stream. Miss Doc reacts to Missy Elliott admitting that she's garbage. I'm sorry, I don't even know anything about Missy Elliott. No, I got brown hair. That's really not too much to be said about that. I can't stand the rain. Okay, well. Pro entertainer here. And the rain, Missy Elliott. And Peebles. Eruption. Oh, here we go. Apparently it's called The Rain. Like, that's a proper name for it. Oh, whoa, that is... Oh, it looks like she's wearing a giant fat suit. Like she's freaking Eddie Murphy or something. What is that even? Anyway, okay, that was a thing. Remember in the Japanese thread? Okay, you were the one that said that. I thought it was Zespel. There you go. Enjoy. I modded a person mistakenly. It was just a mere case of mistaken identity. The entire time. Who would have guessed? And... Oh, well, I guess it died anyway, so... Ooh, probably shouldn't have risked that one there, considering I had a whistle just about up, but it's okay. It's cool. How do you grind faster? I usually go with the most overpowered type of run I can, and only take it to the first boss. Or if you're doing less than 4 cells, only take it to the end of the first level. Because the cell containers at the end of the kill door and time door in the first area always have 20 cells on it, regardless of what level of difficulty you're at. So if you just want to blow through the prison cells over and over and over, that would work. Doc, how much do you weigh? I said tons of fun. Is that not clear enough? Yoink. And screw the Rampart, I don't care. I'm taking a legendary version of this. This is cool. This is a good item, man. Is it as good as the Giant Killer? Probably not. But it is good enough to take as a secondary item. Certainly. By the way, if you don't know, a ton is 2,000 pounds. I don't know how much it is in kilograms. Like 30 furlongs or something, whatever. I think that's how you would say it in Canada or the UK or wherever you're at. Oh. Whistleless, your enemies go... Yeetus, Weedless, your enemies go deleteless. That baffled me. 1,000 kg? That's not quite the same amount. It's like, what, 2.2 for kg versus... 2.2 kilograms is a pound, I think? Or is it no, it's 2.2 pounds is a kilogram. Oh boy, why do we have to have stupid measurements in America? But I've already gone over this on a stream before, my gripes with the standard imperial measuring system. We don't need to hear that once more. Onto the breach. Tons? You need a serious diet, Doc. Telling me, but I also... Look, here's the thing. Usually when people weigh a lot, it's something along the lines of, you know, they eat socially, they just eat a lot of fast food or something like that. I just like eating food a lot. I don't have an excuse. I'm a man who's a gourmand, who loves to shove just so very much rich, delicious food in my mouth. And I need to stop that. But I'll admit that it's my problem and my problem alone. There's no deeper meaning to it. I just gotta commit to it a little bit better. Maybe on that case, I should actually show people what I look like just so they can guilt me into eating better. Like how money is expensive. McDonald's is an American delicacy. Some of it is. I mean, look, man, for $1, I can get a pretty good hamburger for $1. I can get 2 of them, actually. You know, the double cheeseburger meal isn't actually that much. And although I don't really do it too often because, you know, I got a thing against eating ground beef. I'm just saying that you're not going to spend more... USA was a mistake. Oh, come on. Now I'm glad I unmodded you. Can't let me just revel in my enjoyment of cheap hamburgers. $1 for a hamburger. No, it's $1 for a double hamburger. You got 2 patties on there, dude. And it's like I think you can even get more than that at this point in time. The exchange rate for money to hamburgers has never been better in favor of the consumer. Take it from me, I'm a doctorate of business. Food economics, I'd like to say. It's economical and delicious. I'm not gonna say it's haute cuisine, I'm just gonna say it is delicious, and I feel good after eating it. And there we go. If you see this Doc Firebird, shout good hamburgers. Good hamburgers! There you go. Enjoy. Enjoy that clip for whatever sort of illicit needs you needed it for. America's 50% grease hamburgers are great. They are. Don't even tell me. $1 for what looks like a burger. I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't actually look all that much like a burger. It has a basic facsimile of a burger shape, but the taste is what you're there for. That was close. And thank you for punching that. That's actually who I wanted you to punch, if anybody, Mr. Giant. Mr. Gigante. And there we go. Wendy's is a superior fast food restaurant. You know, the funny thing is that I used to work next to a Wendy's for a while, and I think the one time I got something that wasn't just the spicy chicken sandwich, I got pretty bad food poisoning. I continued to eat at that Wendy's. So that should tell you everything about who I am as a person. Good stuff, good stuff. Wendy's only exists in America? Probably. Dave Thomas is a very classic, like a American dream type of success story. That's why I like him so much. A person who makes a good decision. I didn't say it was a good decision. I just said it was a decision that I made, and I definitely did it. Canada too. Yeah, our neighbors to the north. I don't see why they should be denied getting a bunch of tasty, greasy hamburgers and good spiced chicken sandwiches. Yeetus Weedless, hamburgers are bad for Docalitas. I don't eat them a whole lot. I got a thing against ground meats. When I do, I enjoy it. I savor it. Now I want a Baconator. I would rather just go for like I don't know. I'm somebody that doesn't really want a whole ton of I'm somebody who only wants a. Wow, I'm getting really lucky with these runes. But I'm the sort of person that only wants a single patty, and that's about it. I don't really have too much desire for getting like as much meat and bacon and everything on a hamburger as possible. What kind of meat do you eat? Solid cuts. So anything that's not ground, it's not a very difficult concept to grasp, I'd like to say. I just don't eat something that I'm not quite sure the composition of. It's as simple as that. It's true that if you don't eat fast food at least once a month, you are considered legally dead. I mean, your taste buds are, I guess. Okay, and there we go. Always gets infected food in 5 cells and Wendy's. I didn't say it always. It just happened the one time. And I forgave them and immediately went back and got more burgs. Okay, not immediately. I was in the bathroom for most of the day. But I would have. Hey, Doc, I've been watching your vids for a while. I've never seen a big stream watcher. I just had a kid, so I've got tons of time to kill. I mean, in one way or another. And you're great. Hey, thanks. Good luck with the kid. Hardest job you'll ever love, from what I understand. I certainly would never do that. I'm a coward. I would only even have a pet. So, yeah, congratulations on parenthood. What was I even saying here? I kind of lost the plot there with my ramblings. I'm not allowed to eat fast food. Pray for me. Okay, to be honest, you probably shouldn't eat fast food. I just do it anyway because I am a glutton for... Well, I'm a glutton for food. I'm not even a glutton for punishment. I do it because I do it for the sake of food. For the sake of tasty meals that are served to me in a quick restaurant style. Worst fast food joint? I see all of them equally well. Probably something like Taco Bell, but like I'm gonna be honest, I probably go to Taco Bell more than I go to most fast food restaurants. So what do you want from me? How old are you? I guess 30. You're never gonna know. Is Subway considered fast food? That was the other place next to that one place that I worked. We had like a Subway and we had a Wendy's. I guess if I wanted to drive around more, I could find other places, but it's just like, those were the two main ones. Taco Bell breakfast is so good. Okay, here's the thing. All I really get at Taco Bell is... All I really tend to get at Taco Bell is the 7-layer burrito. That's about it. And that's like a vegetarian thing. So I don't really know. I mean, it's that and like a big soda. They had the Nope, be very careful. I've gotten a lot of stats on this run right now. I do not want to lose to a curse. But what was I even saying? I don't know. Back to class questions. What about Persona 5 episode? That was mostly one that I wanted to do because I wanted to talk about my theory about the game being of a secular version of Christianity. And I think I pretty much said exactly what I wanted to say on that subject. I don't know if it's going to come up too much more past that point. Although in the next episode, we're going to have Kamoshida's sort of redemption arc. Probably talk about it a little bit more there, too. But that's just, it's so unlikely for that being a real thing in the game that it's kind of pointless to even give perspective on that. But you can make a kid? No, you just find him in the Cabbage Patch. No joke, I went to a burger place, a nice burger place with a real chef. Spent 35 reals. Reals? That's the currency in Brazil, right? Counting the drinks, it was cheaper than the signature burger from McDonald's, which I guess is the Big Mac. I mean, yeah, Big Mac can be kind of expensive comparatively. It's a big burger, though. Who does Morgana represent? No, okay, here's the thing. I didn't actually mention what Morgana's whole shtick was in the grand scheme of things. He is literally just there to steal part of Kamoshida's soul for his own gain. It's like he's even less concerned about like Kamoshida's redemption than anybody else, which is why I would think that he would be the most likely person to be betraying you, considering he has very little skin in the game. At least you had like some reason you were saving some people. Morgana was doing it entirely for himself. So anyway, Morgana is also Morgana is also like the name of a lot of things, not just Power Ranger villains and stuff. I mean, Morgana was the evil sorceress in the King Arthur tale, right? Or was it just Morgan? It was Morgan Le Fay. Morgan Le Fay. So not quite the same thing. Persona is a JoJo reference. Yeah, that's probably actually true, like unironically. It's even back in the day. I mean, even when it came out, Persona. JoJo was in full swing. Screw it. Everything but one, and I should be able to take him out with a single hit. There we go. And I'm not going to screw around. Doc, not the Big Mac here in Brazil. McDonald's has a signature line that's real expensive and not worth the price. It's treated as a joke in this country. Oh, no. We got those too. The like artisanal sort of sandwiches. And they're actually retiring those just to make like better quarter pounders. So it's not like McDonald's is real hell bent on keeping those things around. To be honest though, I did like the one with like the crispy onions and the crispy onions and like some sort of what was it? Was like mozzarella on it? And barbecue sauce. That one was a good one. And okay, here I want to let you guys in on a little bit of secret. During the release of Dead Cells, I said I was eating a Big Mac. I was eating one of those burgers. That's actually what I was eating. And I didn't want to admit it since I know people were going to make fun of me. But that's the truth. Jojo Leon isn't selling well? Oh, that's too bad. I mean, I've heard that one is maybe not as good as some of the previous ones, but Araki still has to be making bank from the whole anime adaptations. I mean, come on. What do we got? Speaking of quarter pounder, I'll stand by the fact that it's the best burger on the menu. I mean, I've said before that I don't really like a ton of beef on a burger. I like it to be kind of thin. I like it to be kind of small, and that's because I don't really like ground beef all that much. Or ground meats entirely. Sausages, what have you. But just like, yeah. I don't draw whatever conclusion you will from that, I suppose. Then they just add a big update. The update's been around for a while, but now it's live and ready to go. And I'm actually using a couple of the new weapons from that. You see the giant whistle on the bottom there? That's dropped from the giant, and it's a pretty sweet weapon. So yeah, I suppose you can kind of consider this like the celebration of the Who's the Boss update coming out now proper. Okay, and anything else I want to go for before heading out and seeing what I can get against the concierge with this weapon? Anybody else? Anybody else? No? Cool. Doc, on the subject of eating, have you ever had pot edible? Okay. I've never had marijuana in any way, ever. So, yeah. I'm a good law-abiding citizen. Someday when it's legal, I'm gonna see what all the fuss is about. Lame. Yeah, you tell me, black boy, but what do you want? Araki owns the JoJo anime studio? Holy crap, good on him. That was a good get. Hard to make a better part than Steel Ball Run. I haven't even read Steel Ball Run, and I'm still aware of how great it is, so I guess I gotta agree in some way. Yeah, whatever, Lowell. Most people say it's Eastern European. No idea. Well, we have Russian-like culture. Oh, and Poland? Yeah, there's certainly a lot of similarities. I would still say Eastern European. What's your favorite layout of weapons and dead cells? Mine is Twin Dagger, Firebrands, double crossbow magics. I like the name of double crossbow magic. I mean, that's a pretty decent one. Twin Daggers is an interesting choice because double crossbow magic is rough to get like a very good version of that would scale with the skills. My general favorite thing to go for, at least as of right now, is double boomerang and like maybe even just double giant whistle. Might have switched over to that at this point in time. That's something to try out at some point. I don't know. Oh, dude, legality hasn't hit your neck of the woods? That's okay, soon. Oh, we'll see. I mean, I'm in the Midwest. Illinois here, so... it's not amazing damage. It's pretty good, though. Even though literal center of Europe is in the southwest of Poland. Can you do a graveyard run? Unfortunately, can't do it for this run, since there's no way for me to actually get into the graveyard at this point. But, like, in the previous stream that I did of this, I did get into the graveyard, if you want to, like, check out that. Oh, no! Oh, okay. It didn't actually count as hitting him. It needs to actually strike an enemy for it to, like, get onto cooldown. Good. That's important to know. Oh, come on now. Yeah, graveyard is, like, the one thing you can't hit up from this area. Even, like, the cavern I could get to. But the graveyard? Nope. Down. Oops, I meant the manga studio. Oh, yeah, that would make a lot more sense. If he owned the anime studio, it's like, wow, that's... I can appreciate that sort of vertical level monopoly. How do you get so good at Dead Cells? You make it look so easy. I can do a streamly check of how long I played Dead Cells at this point. 1273, 1,273 hours. That's how you get good at anything. I'm like 1/10 away of becoming a Malcolm Gladwell. Gotta go with Giant Whistle. Malcolm Gladwell expert on the subject. That's a lot of damage, I know. It was even better when I was going up against the Conjunctivius. And I think that would probably be true here. I want to say the Conjunctivius probably has smaller amount of damage, period. The only issue with the Giant Whistle is that it hits the boss damage caps. Is the JoJo still suspected to be a vampire, or did he finally age? I'm pretty sure Rocky is still a vampire. Oh gosh, Valmont's Whip. I'm horrible with that. Oh yeah, Valmont's Whip, Frontline Shield, Cluster Grenade, Magnetic Grenade. I have been really turned around on Magnetic Grenade after I had a very good run with that recently. So it's like, Valmont's Whip, though, I still have a lot of trouble using properly. It's an unusual weapon, and the fact that it runs up against the damage cap for enemies a lot makes it harder to use. Pepe visited the USA. Would you want to meet me? Oh, you don't want to meet me. You don't want to meet your heroes. Once you look a man in the face, you'll lose all respect for him. It's so easy to love your neighbor when you don't know what they look like, when you haven't actually had any sort of interaction with them. Okay. Damn, this guy's 60 and he looks 30 or less. I mean, the dude's been doing it since like the 70s. He's been making JoJo. Making yo-yo. I was leaning towards tactic stuff. Pyrotechnic and heavy turret are top picks. That's so good, but heavy turret has been getting like less useful, at least for me, due to, you know, general nerf to its damage. Even though it still does the stun time, it still does the buff, it still does everything. I do feel like maybe something like Owl of War could be better if you really get up high with tactics. It's also, you know, let's be honest, it was all gone by the second. Get out of here, Windows freaking update. Why do you keep doing this to me? And it's such inopportune times. No, I'm not gonna worry about that. Yeah, that stun effect is the main thing with the heavy turret. Yeah, if you're going with a heavy tactics build, the ability to stop enemies from hitting you is worth a lot, especially passively, like it is with that weapon. There. There. And come on, just cut it out. Cut it out, you. Okay, Dead Cells really loves the God of War franchise with the Owl of War and the Boy's Axe. Yeah, no question. I'd like to say that, oh, right, it doesn't count if the enemies are invisible. They gotta be seen to actually get hit by this, which is a weird little exception for how this weapon works. How do you get the Predator mutation? Probably killing the automatons that you find now in the clock tower. The ones that are based off of the Timekeeper. At least that's what I would guess. Yeah, that was an easy kill. Why people don't Google stuff like that? Like what? Well, maybe you'd like to meet me, Doc? I mean, I am an awesome person. Well, that's different. No! You're not gonna get... That's the prime way you get murdered on the internet. Like, oh, you want to meet me, though, right? Well, you do sound like quite a rich and handsome fellow, and then you get murdered. That's always how it goes. Always. I love how the enemies become aware of your presence before being punched. Yeah, they get like a small amount of stun time or something. It's kind of goofy in some ways. Timekeeper sounds like an old, obscure position on court of northern England. Yeah, I guess I can see that. It is I, the Keeper of Time. Actually, it sounds more like a Clock King, like lackey or something like that. Oh yes, it's me, Clock King, and my lad, the Timekeeper. Whoa, this is a lot of things happening at once there. Okay, you two, everybody get out of here. When you pick up a scroll, is it always better to spread them evenly or focus on one? I always tend to do tactics and survival and brutality. I always seem to do survival the most. I mean, everything I have is a survival scaling weapon, but really, I think that I like to, you know, get a single... I like to get a single stat up real high, so you're just doing tons and tons, just an ungodly amount of damage by endgame. But I mean, that's just my preference, really. Oof, infection level. No, it's fine. I got enough money to afford another potion charge. Then I got hit there anyway. C'est la vie. Owl of War is as good as a Wave of Denial and Tornado. Taking part in Gift is much better than you might think. The Owl of War doesn't give you the ability to hit back enemy projectiles. I mean, first off, yeah, that was pretty good. Second off, the tornado, for example, can block all projectiles, regardless of what they are, not even just bomb projectiles like Wave of Denial does. There are reasons why you'd want to use that. You can also use it a lot more often, and you don't, like, lose the usage of it if you get hit. We're talking about double Boy's Axe build. Well, I mean, I guess I would go with bombs if we're talking about double Boy's Axe build then. In my opinion, I just think the ability to... The ability to get the amount of health you get out of a good brutality run is a lot more valuable than the damage you're going to get out of a good tactics run. Most OP setup? I mean, relying on colorless items and then going full survival is kind of the best setup. I think that's the most overpowered one that you can get. Something like double Yeah, something like a giant killer would be a good one, as Justin said. Something like the double boomerang is great too. Is very good setup. Will do a ton of damage against bosses, and you won't have to worry about getting stuck in any one of those fights. Too bad. How do you get 5 boss cells? Okay, the first 4 you get from beating the Hand of the King on whatever your current boss cell amount is. Whatever your current highest boss cell amount. And then... yeah, I'll just stick with this. And then the 5th boss cell you get by beating the giant. The giant on... okay. On 4 boss cells. And that's how you do it. That's how it is done. Yeah. That slowdown is also kind of useful just on its own, isn't it? Doc, you should chill. You're not famous. No one is killing you. You don't have to be, like, tremendously famous to be killed. Maybe somebody's looking for somebody who's not famous so that nobody would suspect them of killing them. Like, that's how it works. That's what a killer would say. Oh, don't be afraid. I'm not going to kill you. You're not worth the effort. And that's when you kill them. That's when you plunge the knife deep into their heart. I'll make Doc famous by killing him. Yeah. A cautionary tale for all the prospective Minecraft YouTubers out there. It's just unfortunate that I had to die in the teaching of that lesson. Okay. I think Doc is paranoid. No, I'm not paranoid. Out to get you. Bow down, down, bow, 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 down, down. Bend me, break me any way you want me. All I want is you. Bending, making, breaking down is easy. All I want. Anyway. So, any more questions? What is your least favorite weapon? I don't know. There's a lot of ones that are kind of junky. I'd like to say that the... God. What, man? Grappling hook's pretty bad. Are you an alien guy? A predator guy? Oh? That was close. There. Alien guy, predator guy, or Terminator guy? Well, I have not seen any of those movies. So, none of the above. As much as I kind of like to, I really like having the axes right now. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Doc, if you can make an item, what would it be and what would it do? My usual go-to when I get asked that is something along the lines of grabbing, like a turret that purely does buffs. I think that that's something that would fit pretty well in the game, and that's something that doesn't really exist just yet. Lots of other magnetic grenade whistle build. I mean, it would be good defensively, like something against the Hand of the King, you do a really good job. The only thing is that the magnetic grenade doesn't scale with survival. That's, it's rough. That is high-level hermitry. I mean, I don't really watch too many movies entirely. So it's no surprise that I got kind of a lot of, problems with that. Please do not make a Logan Paul meta a thing on YouTube. What does that even mean? Is Logan Paul the guy that that did the Everyday Bro? Is it because I sang Paranoid there? By Garbage? It's a good song, listen to it. Doc, will you marry me? I mean, you'd have to find me first. Doc is a fire kind of bird, it's true. Of all the birds, the ones that are on fire are my favorite. Whether it's roasted to bring out its delicious, delicious juices, or, you know, a phoenix, which I guess would be the more specific example, but we've been talking about food a lot here. So can you blame me? Have you watched Stranger Things? No, I have not. Everybody was talking about it, and I'm just like, I don't have Netflix. Doc, why don't you ask us some questions? That would be a weird thing. Like, hey, chat, what do you think of the Russian serf reform of the 1800s? Do you think that it was a good way, or do you think that the amount of servants that came out of it that were still beaten horribly just made it so that it was a serfdom of a different form? Like, what do you want with the... Anyway. Is hot dog a sandwich? Yes. Okay, anyway. Is kofifi just bean soup? Yes. What is that? What is kofifi? Oh, God. Help me. I'm dying. Oh, it's not as bad as it was last time I was in the sepulcher here, but it's not going great. Oh, it was totes a different form of serfdom. I didn't think people were actually going to answer that legitimately. Okay, okay. Now, there's only like 2 more cursed chests left in the entire game, and I should be good. Is breakfast cereal a soup? No, it would be more like a congee, if anything, because it's an oat-based, it's a grain-based thing in a large volume of liquid. I mean, if you want to be charitable, or if you really like loading up on cereal, I guess you could consider it a porridge, but not really. You like Japanese food? Absolutely. It's great. Is a pregante woman technically swimming technically a submarine? No. that's ridiculous. Dr. Pivotal, the answer to the question is of pivotal importance. Does a straw have 1 hole or 2? 1. Easy. What's the challenge? What sort of Zen cone is that? If she's Asian, would have... No! I'm not even reading the rest of that. You know, I should have knew when you pointed at it. Ah. Anyway. Yeah, got hit there. Did I at least get the 60 kills before that happened? I didn't quite see. And down. Okay. What's heavier, 1 ton of steel or 1 ton of feathers? 1 ton of steel. Because steel is heavier than feathers. But yeah, they're both 1 ton, but steel is heavier than feathers. Anyway. Oh, stupid references. But that's not the point here. What else we got? Okay. Okay, that was a question to test if someone is up for rimming. If the hole as 1 straw means different for the person kissing, is no different from rimming. I mean, as long as you're using a dental dam, I don't think there's really any difference between, you know, doing a rim job or, you know, kissing, really. Frankly, I think that it's true love regardless of what you're looking at. You got about 54 kills before you got hit. Ah, that hurts a lot. I know you aren't using it, but does the Hokuto bow usually deal damage upon spreading? I mean, it shouldn't deal damage on spreading. It just should. It just spreads the mark. And the mark doesn't actually do extra damage there. It's just, you know. It's just the mark. And there goes the monetization. I haven't had a monetizable stream for a long time. I'm used to it at this point. Is lasagna cake? No. It doesn't rise in any way. It would have to have some sort of leavening agent in it to be considered a cake. Otherwise, you're just making brownies then. Just brush your teeth and use mouthwash before you kiss her. I said use a dental dam. What do you think those things are? God, I swear that a lot of people on the internet do not realize how useful those sort of things can be when you're doing unorthodox lovemaking. Cool. Oh god, guys, we had so many different conversations about different food. And things that are definitely not food, but you still put in your mouth. And that definitely makes it so I can't monetize this video anymore. Ooh, boy. Doc, stop. It's too late, Kaz. I'm already a demon. Are you cake? Can I eat you? I mean, I've always considered myself something of a comfort eagle in addition to a firebird, but I'm not cake. There we go. That works. Ah, knife thrower curse. Oh, tell me boys axe build, please. I usually just go boys axe, double boys axe, map both the boys axes the same button, and then infantry grenade. Because that infantry grenade is fast, it can do a lot of damage at high levels, and if you get something like poisons enemies on top of it, it makes for a really easy application of synergies. It's a lot of good stuff. That wasn't entirely necessary. This was, though. Damn, it feels good to be a gangsta. Extra jump in midair. I'll take this, sure. It's enough of a difference. It's good, though. It's some quality stuff. I have a test tomorrow. Can you bless me with words of guidance? If you're gonna do a rim job, use a dental dam. Doc, give me the cheesiest pickup lines. Hey, baby, I've already got a dental dam. This is the worst stream. Love Wizard of Legend. I love if you streamed it. Nah, I said that I refuse to stream Wizard of Legend on religious basis. Bases. And there we go. Ugh. This is a bad look if I can't find some sort of... That'll work. Okay. 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 Wow, just the amount of stuff happening here. Oh, boy. Need a Doc Firebird out of context. Is that any better in context? Did the context make that okay? Because I say no. Upload the stream to YouTube. Fine. I need to put more Dead Cells content out into the world. Regardless of if I make money on it or not. Yes. I guess. Not really too much else going on here. I'm missing my other cursed chest, but I'm going to let it go. Any tips to amass cells in regular mode? Oh, like a normal 0-cell mode? Do the first area over and over. If you get the time door and the kill door, you get 40 cells. And that's a lot early on. It's worth it. I mean, aside from that, advice... I mean, take like a really powerful tactics run, one that you can kill a ton of enemies around, and... You know, you have something like a magic missile or whatever, and you can kill enemies really rapidly. Just get to the first boss and then start over again. Damn. I was really hoping that I might have been able to get away with, not stuff. Okay. There! Wow! And there's damage cap, too. Who's best girl and why is a timekeeper? Best girl is Rampager. Are you a fennel, thyme, or coriander? Oh, let's go thyme. It goes good on chicken. As far as like a very basic sort of recipe goes, that goes with that. Doc, you're a really cool person. Sometimes you talk like a real genius person, and I'm not at all being sarcastic. You're just so awkward sometimes. A damning phrase, but I'll accept it. You have anything you want to ask Motion Twin their upcoming AMA? Yeah, why'd they change their name to Evil Empire? What's up with that? They're still being called Motion Twin in like press releases and stuff. Any tips for fighting librarians? I keep dying to them. Oh god, they're really rough. I mean, a ranged weapon is good. just try to, deal with their first volley of hits and then goad them into a position where you can hit them. Anything that does stun damage, the same sort of thing you would do with a demon, I suppose. They're hard enemies to deal with, and it's like, don't feel too bad about struggling with it. Nope. Didn't throw it fast enough. Okay. I talk about fast food, got me to exercise. I don't really know why. I would think that it would get you to go out and to get a 7-layer burrito at Taco Bell right now. Or, the other thing, it's like if I don't get a 7-layer burrito, I tend to get the Locos Taco. Because I need it. Oh, it's so good. It's a name for the sub-team who will focus on just dead cells. Oh, that's how that is. Gotta reposition myself a little bit here. Are cupcakes fast food? You don't serve cupcakes at a quick service restaurant, no. Apparently they have Locos Tacos at KFC too. Then why are they called Locos Tacos then? They have a place called Taco Bell. Why would you put them in KFC? I've never felt so indignant about this in my life. Librarians didn't shoot lasers when I went to return books. I mean, that's how it works. I think Stephen King wrote a novel about that. And also, how's that for a reference? I have no idea, but I'm going to snap and pick next time I'm there. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, do you just not have Taco Bell where you're at or something? So they had to group it into to a KFC? That's still ridiculous, though. You'd think they'd call them something different. But yeah, if you are going to be getting the tacos, I suggest switching out the beef for shredded chicken. That's my favorite way to do it. I'm so happy that YouTube for some reason recommended your videos to me many moons ago. Frankly, I don't know how exactly or why that worked either, but YouTube really took a liking to my Crow Wing episode. I mean, I guess it's a good episode, but I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm always like, I mean, I guess it's a good example of what I actually do on the channel and everything, but it's just nothing really special about it. But isn't that the best thing that you would recommend a person? Who knows? Such philosophical questions are for people smarter than myself. You want to have people see your best? Or do you just want to have people see what you're supposed to expect? Just get a taco filled with pure protein power and do some reps, bro. I guess. I'll do my my Anki reps at that point in time, because you're not going to get me to exercise, even though you really should. I gotta exercise more. Hi. That wasn't who I wanted to hit, but I'll take it. And you too, and didn't quite get it. Yeah, that works. You are brain big. Yeah, I don't need musculature. I just need this horribly distended head. Which I guess is how you would be brain big. Okay. I wasn't in front of the thing there. Didn't run away fast enough. Wasn't in front of the scroll to pick it up. You get the invincibility there, and then you're good. Didn't happen in that way. Axes are doing so much damage. They're doing way more damage. I mean, the thing is, the giant killer, when it's doing double the damage, but the hemorrhage does it at so far away, and it has an easier to get critical hit, and plus 40% damage as well as critical, totaling it up to 60. It's such a strange thing, but it's kind of been my primary way to do damage. Favorite music in Dead Cells? Probably the Clock Tower. Clock Tower is pretty good. I think that is maybe the best track in the game. Yeah. Okay. Done. I'm like one-shotting enemies before they even get hit with the bleed. Oh, if your digit has 3 IQs is at least average. Well, I can't really say one way or another. It's not like I've ever had this sort of thing tested. Okay. Oh, I do love killing an enemy in a single blow like that. Okay, Sepulchre theme. Sepulchre theme is pretty good, too. That one, you get the nice sort of jazziness to it. A lot of drums. I'm gonna stop taking so much damage here. You too. Going for full 3 keys as well. There's no reason not to at this point in time. However, I do really need to kind of watch out what with the whole massive amount of melees that I'm taking. You know what? This is about the point in time to go for using the heart, if anything. And there we go. Oh, 36 scrolls, and that's just in survival. It's going pretty good. Your opinion on the melees mechanic? I think it doesn't work for everything in the game, but I do like it as a sort of like lateral take on difficulty. It's not just more enemies doing more damage and everything like that. It's a different way to look at how to play the game. And I appreciate that more than anything else. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool too. Those are the enemies I'd like to hit. Nice looking loadout though. It's been working pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. What's up with that cell count? What, 840? I mean, if you're not spending any cells on 5-cell mode, I'd say that's pretty average, if anything, at this point in time. And okay. A harsh death for all of those people, but they deserved it. And yeah, we should be good to leave. I'd like to say that I could look around to see if I can find any more scrolls. It's not worth it. Tips, Fedora, malaise. Terrible. Feel bad just reading that. What axe is that? This is hemorrhage. It's one specific to the 5-cell area, so it's kind of a rough one to get. You gotta take a... Unless you're extraordinarily lucky, you have to take a blueprint grenade into... A hunter's grenade into the 5-cell area, and that's a trial in itself. It's rough. And thanks for getting the hemorrhage and thunder shield mutations. I'm struggling to get the shield mutations, even though I'm through the Astrolabe. Oh, damage over time, Boy's Axe. I did it with Boy's Axe, so that's my best suggestion there. Are you ever going to do a syringe-based run? I'll have to at some point in time. I'm just afraid about spoiling that for people, because since I don't want to go full spoiler heavy on stuff here. I forgot to buy a potion charge all the way back in the thing. That's terrible. That was a bad play by myself. I just realized that I didn't... Nice. I just realized that, yeah, I didn't have all 4 potion charges. For some reason, I thought that I did, and I just wasn't paying attention, I guess. I don't know. And that's full-on malaise. But I have the heart. I have the heart. Don't worry about it. The entire reason why I'm not particularly concerned right now is because I have Das Heart. Done. Oh! Game's definitely brutal. It gets a little easier when you're on the Switch because when you can die, you can exit the game, save your progress. I mean, that's called save scumming, and I don't know if I can quite cotton to it, but yes, that is a viable strategy if you can get it to work. Doc, take my energy. I mean, I did it. It just wasn't perfect. Ugh. When Doc's waifu was pyrotechnics and he was getting madder every hour. Oh, I never stopped getting angry. I'm basically just like the sun glowing with rage right now. Doc, grab my cock. Honk, honk. Ugh. More giant whistle run? Oh, yeah. I wanted to get a good run out. Last time, it was really just ruined by a bad giant fight. This time, we're sitting in the Astrolabe. I should probably save my giant whistles for when the librarians start showing up, because I know that that's going to be the point in time where I'm going to want to use that. And they're going to be showing up pretty quickly. They got a pretty big pull radius, as you could call it. Oh, it took me 3 weeks to get from 1 boss cell to 2 boss cell. Yeah, and 2 boss cell is, I would say, probably when the game starts getting real harsh. That's when enemies stop being polite and start being real. Okay. Ooh. That's my personal opinion. I don't think the Astrolabe should be locked to difficulty, even though I don't do it. I can't blame people for using safe scumming. Yeah, I thought that was kind of an interesting thing, because there hasn't really been too much locked to boss cell difficulty aside from getting the acceptance blueprint. So to see that happened with the Astrolabe was... I was wondering if they were going to eventually switch it over to being on all difficulties. I guess it does give you a... Thank you. I guess it does give you a reason to do 5-cell difficulty then, but still, I would like to see the content get introduced to everybody. You know? Have everybody take a shot at the Astrolabe when they can. Hello, it is me. It me. Oh, come on now. Well, there's probably just a teleport down here. Let's use that. Yeah, okay. There's also one more shop. Hopefully it's going to be a food shop. I suppose we'll see when I get there. And done. Nailed them like nothing else. I mean, I'm telling you, it might not be the best weapon just overall, but it is still... Okay. It might not be the best weapon overall. It is still a very satisfying one to use, certainly. Okay. Nope. Cut that out. There we go. I don't know what I'm going to do about that elite, though, and if I can't get you... I guess that. Yoink! Still very low on... Oh, and it's not what I was looking for. I was hoping to get food shop. Not quite the right thing. Opinions on power fisting your way to victory? I mean, you take victory in any way that you possibly can, power fisting or no. Just because I got gigantic fist here, that doesn't mean that, you know, the giant killer and hemorrhage aren't still putting in work. Okay. Get wrecked. Apparently, I didn't actually realize this, but apparently the giant fist punching also gives you rally, which I didn't actually realize. And my voice cracked a little bit there, so enjoy that. The power fist is so bad, though, so, you know, keep that in mind. Cut that out. Gotta go get the other key first. The alien key before I get up here doing more shenanigans in terms of making progress. The Mr. Rental. I don't know why my eyes were suddenly brought to that, but what happened? Well, one more malaise yet. 3 boss cells became a lot easier once my S hit about 20%. You start consistently getting much higher stats. Yeah, and I do think that the Forge does make a huge, huge difference when you're working on higher boss cell difficulties. That's when you really want to start focusing on it. Uh-oh, I wanted to get the librarian. Doesn't matter, got him anyway. Yoink. Okay, one malaise down. Many more to go. I got 40 points in survival right now. That is some silly amount of damage. Like, look at that go. Punch it. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to give it a punch it there just because that is It's just magical how that worked. Okay. Lore area down here. Let's keep going. 40 in a single stat. I'm doing like 400,000 damage with a giant killer. That's never even going to be applied. I'm going to hit boss caps too quickly. I don't even have any reason to be this powerful at this point in time. It's ridiculous. What's your opinion on legendaries? I often skip them because they're not double stat, but I don't have your skills. Oh, I mean, once you get up to a high enough stat, you can see like my hemorrhage gives you 3 stats, and that's pretty great. That makes them so much nicer to use. And I think that below that, it becomes a little bit more questionable, but as soon as you get on like, what, 3 boss cell difficulty, I think it starts giving you 3 stats. Like, I almost never give them up unless I'm doing like a specific run and can't take them. They're so very good. No one man should have all that power. And yet, here we are. Someone update the punch it counter. Oh, come on, don't keep a counter for that. I don't need to see my shame quantified in a number form. In a stat form. It's freaking baseball or something here. Yeah, if you're not using custom mode, you probably should. It helps out a lot, to say the least. All right. And the game is balanced around using custom mode. Yeah, 1 left here. I still got the heart. Huh, that's a good rampart. But no, compared to what I'm using right now, it's just... the choice is clear. Doctors say my hemorrhage gives you 3 stats. I would make a reference to the JJ Mack field, but I don't remember exactly what the doctor says. Ooh, that's more... Okay, yeah, there you go. That'll work too. Just right up into the electricity. How do you unlock initiative? There's nothing on the wiki yet. It's going to be one of the boss enemies. I want to say initiative is probably the tentacle or something. If I was going to choose one. One of them I know I got by fighting the sweepers in the ramparts, but I don't remember which one that was. all the new stuff are with that though. Initiative is from the sweeper. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Doc, do you have a girlfriend? No. I don't know why people are always asking me that, but it's never been the case. Okay. Thank you. I could get even more points in survival, but no. Doc, do you have a boyfriend? Still no. What, do you think you'd get me? If you didn't get me on one, it must be the other? And... Doc's true love is McDonald's. Okay, come on. I don't like McDonald's that much. I am not the sort of person that if you love it so much, you should marry it is a viable criticism. Doc, do you have a friend? I mean, I got Marty. Doesn't that count? I hate these things. Yeah, I mean, he already did his damage though, which is the frustrating part. Oh well, this is again where you use Das Heart. Okay. There's that. What do I want to do? That's what I want to do. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? I have no cells on me. Are we going to actually get like a cutscene there? I'm curious. All right, that inside and extended healing. Disengagement. Blow the whistle. Want a 30 to 50 hogs weapon that screams "oh whoa" when you activate. What the hell? Wait, how do you have no cells? Use the heart. Use the heart, and then I didn't pick up my cells after that. They're just sitting at the bottom there. So what happens? Oh, okay, it does it anyway. Motion twin. You didn't give me a specific cutscene for that. I'm disappointed. How do you not pick up your cells after the heart? They just fell down into the abyss. As you do. Okay, come on, you. That was weird. Not too bad damage. I mean, it shouldn't be. This is a good weapon. I'd like to say. I mean, I do also have 41 in my stats right now. That alone should... I think he just switched into another... I think he just switched into another phase while I was attacking him there. Okay, doesn't work when he's in the air. Stop hitting me like that. And I thought so. Fine then. You know what? Just to make sure. Are you kidding me? Forget about that then. Come on. That was a good end. That was a good end. Quality end there. All right, what's the dumb line we got here? Okay. I thought Panacea didn't refill all health flasks anymore. No, I heard that, but it never. I don't think that's ever changed. I don't know. I don't even know how you stole those cells off of me that didn't actually exist, but it doesn't matter now. Get punched. All right. And that is the stream for today. Ending on a win, I feel pretty satisfied. That's what I was looking for anyway. Giant comes to finish off Collector. Collector reminds Giant he was trying to save the kingdom. Giant remembers and feels bad. The end. I mean, it's not like he would have saved the kingdom anyway, and he's a terrible person too. They're all terrible. Good night, everybody.